And here we go with game 2 of our semifinal. Darren McFadden's San Antonio Spurs taking on the Los Angeles Lakers of, let me get his name here. Uh-oh. Zeomax's Los Angeles Lakers. And we saw last time this Los Angeles Lakers team won their game pretty handily. They did a good job, but this San Antonio Spurs team looks like it's a team that you have to watch out for. Let's see how this one kicks off. Let's see how it goes. Should be good.
Presented by Sprite, the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us, and the legendary Shaquille O'Neal sitting alongside. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the San Antonio Spurs. You take a look at the Spurs. More than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. Hey, Shaq, a lot of discussion about Dwight Howard. Some feel, and I think you at times, that maybe his offensive game isn't what it should be. Set the record straight for me.
Yes, with his athleticism and the way he runs the floor, Ernie, I've said many times this guy needs to average 28 and 10. His post move sometimes can be somewhat predictable, but defense is the strength of his game, and yes, he is the best in the league, but he can do more.
They like to call him Superman.
Who?
They like to call him Superman.
Well, they call him Superman. What do you call me? Superman!
Really, Superman. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
Nothing new there. Shaq going in on Dwight Howard in his passive-aggressive way. National anthem being sung tonight by the one and only Ariana Grande, here for this very important, epic Los Angeles Lakers San Antonio Spurs game. One of these two teams will go on to the finals. The other team will go home empty-handed. A shot for greatness is here.
On the road, looking for a win against a Western Conference rival, the San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. Bringing you some fun on a Monday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. In the last meeting for these two teams, the Lakers came away with the win against the San Antonio Spurs. They've got some momentum coming into this one. They like to break free of this 1-1 even series tie.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage, like they did that night, Kevin, light it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Damian Lillard out there with Dwayne Wade. Then it's Paul George, and it's Duncan, and it's Anderson in at the 4 spot.
Last season, Coach Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs winning his 5th NBA championship, one of only 5 NBA coaches in the league's
Lakers,
history
the early bucket.
He's one of the all-time greats.
Wade kicks to Duncan.
Man, this Spurs team, though. Oh, look at that block by Paul Gasol. This Spurs team has had, I mean, it's only one game, but that one game they played, it was a clinic. So we're going to find out tonight if this is what the Spurs team is all about, or is that just a reflection of the team they played against.
Got his first points in this one. And Popovich, the only coach in NBA history to
the early start by the Lakers makes me think the former.
And an NBA title. Clark in the same season.
And yet he remains so humble. He's highly esteemed by anybody in the NBA and even beyond the NBA when you talk about his leadership and the way he has that mutual respect with his players. It's wonderful to watch how they make it happen. He tells you first and foremost it's a players league, and that's how he goes about his work. Gives all the credit to the great ones he's had the privilege of coaching, and that's admirable.
Ryan Anderson, one of the sweetest shooting big men in the league. Deep range with that quick release. Tell you what, at his height, he doesn't need much daylight to get it off.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And you look at Ryan Anderson, and he's an efficient scorer. Like a lot of shooters, he doesn't turn it over much. While
Klay Thompson was big time in their last game.
Here's Howard.
Misses that one, but Dwight Howard's trying to clean it up. Can't do it.
San Antonio will go the other way with it. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And you look at the box score from that game, guys, and the first thing you notice is how many turnovers.
Thompson with the rebound.
Yeah, and one thing the box score doesn't show is just how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. There were a whole bunch of them.
Now here's Ariza after Dwayne Wade's miss. And too long on the shot. And three-point shooting maybe never more in demand than it
Let's
is
see the
right
Spurs
now
and tie
in the
this one up
NBA,
here early on.
Considering, too, that Ryan Anderson has one of the more desirable contracts in the NBA.
Yeah, well, he's a true
Wade going to the
spread forward who
post.
also does a nice job of
Posting
getting
up.
offensive rebounds. And that's a good
Turn around and he went for a layup.
for
It's a
somebody
nice
who
look.
spends so much of his time behind the arc.
I like that. I like
And
the
the
versatile
layup,
play
just
there. I
gift
like
wrap
seeing
right
guards
there. I mean, he had a
who can
clear
go to the
path to
post.
the
They can do
basket.
some work down there.
Paul goes in. A second chance effort. And it's Howard laying it in.
Dwight Howard
He's got his
cleaning the
second bucket
glass.
tonight.
He's getting his hands dirty right away by doing some battling on the boards.
Now let's send it down to
We've
Doris
seen
Burke,
that in this
who is
tournament.
able to
It's
toss it
super
Byron
important
Scott.
to have a guy under your basket who can get those offensive boards, who can get those quick putbacks. That's been really big.
They like to mix it up. If we don't respond in kind, they'll push us around.
Can't leave
We'll
Klay
get
Thompson
bullied
this
all game.
open.
Back to you.
Thank you, Doris.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
Tries from 10. A nice shot by George.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
The Lakers in the lead. Howard setting the pick for Paul. Howard kicks to Gasol. And down it goes.
Paul Gasol with the standing one-handed dunk.
And that's
Lakers
how
looking
you
strong.
exploit a gap in the D, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow.
He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Anderson kicks to Wade. A rebound by the Lakers. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. Thompson, and that one's good. Thompson's got his second bucket. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And Lillard kicks to Duncan. Now the feed to Wade. Howard against Duncan.
Duncan working
Back to
on
Wade. Shot clock at 6.
Dwight Howard. Wade looking to make something happen.
Puts up a 3.
Trying to get some space. Couldn't really
Gasol
get
with the
any
rebound.
space, and he
Boy,
misses
he
that
has been
shot.
struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
Now here's Paul. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change from 11 feet away.
Paul Gasol, the
And
nice
against
mid-range
Gasol.
shot.
Some
Too
defensive
easy.
breakdowns are starting to
It's
show
in.
up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Wade against Thompson. Wade passes to Anderson. Wade against Thompson. A step back shot here. Wade gets the bucket.
Whatever their plan was
They needed that.
defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Well, we all know the Lakers in transition. Ownership passed down to the next generation in early 2013. And for the first time in LA, Clark, a bit of uncertainty in that leadership situation.
Yep, a few cracks starting to show their partner.
All right, Spurs got a chance to cut this done down to
airing
4.
His concerns with some of the decision making, disharmony, not quite sure of who's going to run things, injuries as well. Just a lot didn't go the way the Lakers had hoped or wanted it to.
Timmy
Now
D
here's
posting
Duncan.
up, turn around,
15-point outing in their last game
great
against the
position,
Nuggets in
good
Denver.
shot.
Yeah, huge impact defensively as
Paul
well.
Gasol
Got
and Dwight
really
Howard is a
block
pretty big
shots in
front
that
court
game.
to go up against.
Lakers leading by 4.
We'll see if that stifles Duncan tonight.
Howard setting the pick for Paul.
And Christoph Paul with the nice easy layup.
Paul's got his first points of the game.
And when you look at the Lakers, they say
It's
that
pretty good.
second-generation businesses have a high failure rate. Only time will tell if they
Speaking of Dwight Howard, he said he's never had a point guard
has
that
enjoyed
he's played with that can command a team
And
quite like Chris Paul. He said it's refreshing to play with a player like Chris Paul. It's given his game all kinds of benefits. It's helped his game out a lot. And he says right now in this tournament, he feels like he's playing the best basketball he's ever played from a pure technical standpoint, and that's in large part thanks to Chris Paul. We'll see if you see some of that tonight. They're going to need that. They want to win this championship. We already know that Kirby's Chicago Bulls are in the finals, and they're awaiting whichever team wins this battle here tonight. And that was a close game. He missed that game yesterday. I highly recommend you check that game out. Clutch shots. Everything came down to the last minute, the last second. And Kirby's team just pulled it out, just barely. A lot of costly mistakes out of Armani Milan, but it was a great contest by both teams. That could have been a championship caliber game right there.
And Lillard kicks to George. Wade against Thompson. Takes it from 10. Good. And that's now 6 points for Dwayne Wade. And that injury for Ryan Anderson, scary stuff. Hit from behind by Gerald Wallace. I can picture it in my mind right now on that rebound play. And Steve suffered a herniated disc in his neck.
Yeah, never saw it coming. It was really a scary injury. And obviously we hope that Ryan is back and healthy because he's a great player and still so young. I mean, he's got a ton of great basketball left in him and one of the best floor spacing foremen in the NBA.
Here's Paul. After the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Ariza sets a screen for Jones.
Thompson on the perimeter. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Pass to Chris Paul.
Paul left side. And so he draws the foul on the shot.
Paul getting the nice free throw attempt here. That foul.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one. Well, you know, Chris Paul has such an intelligence for the game. High.
I believe
extremely competitive. He looks
if
for
rumor
every advantage he can get.
is correct, the patch should be coming out for Xbox One tomorrow.
He always appears
So no matter what, it should be there for that finals game. So I'm very curious to see how the gameplay has changed. If that changes anything for these computer versus computer matches. That'll be interesting to look at.
The league's most impactful player, none other than Chris Paul.
Well, did we really need the cameras to figure that out?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we've all been able to tell that Chris Paul has been one of the most efficient players in the NBA for years. He's always at the controls for his team. So poised.
Bud Howard setting the screen.
Decision maker, and just figures out whatever needs to be
Chris
done.
Paul hitting the shot. Chris Paul's playing great tonight. Look at that field goal percentage, 64% to 45. Big disparity.
Now here's Lillard.
But San Antonio's only down by 6 points.
Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Duncan dishes to Wade.
Dwayne Wade down low again, and a nice hook shot from Dwayne Wade.
And it's 8 points for Wade. Lakers leading by 4. Now here's Paul. 6 points for him. Ariza passes to Thompson. Howard with this screen on Wade. Thompson with it. Lillard picks him up. 5 on the clock.
Oh, Clay almost lost the ball there. Tough shot over Tim Duncan, but Dwight Howard cleaning the glass. Can't get it back, but he gets another chance at it, and he puts it up and in. That's a great play.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Paul against Lillard. Passes it to George. He dishes it to Wade. Wade, right side.
Good defense by the Los Angeles Lakers. Dwight Howard with another rebound. I wonder how many that is. He must have 4 or 5 rebounds already.
Howard setting the pick for Paul. And Thompson gets to Ariza. He feeds it to Howard. A baseline J. That's good on the jump shot. And now an 8-point Laker lead.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think
Shabazz Muhammad looks like he's checking in. He gave him some good production last time.
Joel Freeland, he's checked in for Anderson. Muhammad comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lillard. Now here's Duncan, averaging 14 points a game. Here's Freeland, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Now that's a nice finish for the big fella there. I mean, he used his length very well under the basket.
There may be more athletic players around the league, but Steve, not many bigger ones.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'd like to see him even take advantage of that size more often on the offensive end and be more aggressive.
And the Lakers have possession. Following the bucket by the Spurs. Leonard with a screen on George. Thompson outside from the arc. And it's Thompson again missing.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening.
Shabazz Muhammad, nice pass to Tim Duncan. Can't get it to go, but he's going to get 2 free throws at the line.
Mean poker player. With his reluctance to display emotion on the court, it's pretty clear when he's on the court, the big fundamental is all business.
And you talk about Duncan's reserved demeanor, snubbed from the All-Star game last season, but you never hear him complain. That's just not how he does things.
Free throw good, Duncan. And for Duncan, as respected Clark as he is, you wonder if he's gotten the recognition that he truly deserves.
Well, it's like a lot of things, Kevin. Sometimes you don't truly appreciate it until it's gone. But he's one of the 10 best players of all time in my book. Consistency, high-level performance, championships, every measure you use to evaluate him makes him one of the 10 best to play.
San Antonio's still only down by 4. They're still hanging in this one.
Spurs' dominance as a franchise. I mean, 15 straight years of winning 50.
With the major field goal percentage discrepancy, you must wonder if the Lakers are getting a little bit nervous. As the San Antonio Spurs start to get their shots to fall, this could be a totally different ballgame.
So far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The shot is off.
It's like he's just trying to showcase his range, but he could probably get a better shot in that possession.
Yeah, he sure could. It doesn't do you any good if you miss it from that deep.
Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And guys, think about the history of the Spurs. They didn't even come into the NBA until 1976 when they made the transition from the old ABA.
Well, you talk about a fan base.
Paul Gasol and downloaded Klay Thompson, but he was going up against a big man, or a man bigger than him at least. He could not get that shot off.
So just an incredible record.
Now here's Beverly after the miss from Klay Thompson. The dish to Muhammad.
Beverly Shabazz Muhammad is posting up. Oh, Shabazz loses it. Steve Nash running, and they got a little fast break opportunity here. Nash decides to take it for himself, and he gets 2 free throws.
Well, a tough season for Steve Nash last year. Injuries limiting him to only a few games, and now in his 40s, it's looking like this might be his last go-round.
And that one falls for Nash. And for Steve Nash, the last couple seasons, issues with his hip, hamstring, a fractured leg, and then nerve damage. It's been tough sledding.
Yeah, it really has been, and it's a product of a long Hall of Fame career, and the body inevitably starts to wear down. I mean, it's tough, but I understand his motivation to finish his career on his terms, especially after all the work he's put in to getting back on the court. But sometimes
Spurs need to get some stops here.
You desire just doesn't come to be.
Here's Nash after the basket by San Antonio. Kicks it to Hummel. The pass to Thompson. 6 to shoot. Misses off.
There you go. Spurs get a stop.
His shot's been off today, no question.
So they can get a bucket.
I
think it's a 2-point game for the first quarter ends.
Beverly kicks to George. Duncan dishes to Muhammad.
That's Muhammad looking to post up from way out there.
Pass to George.
Tries not to do that, which is a good decision. George going in, jump shot, good, smooth.
Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead. Right side Jones. Here's Hummel. Just 3 on the clock, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
Great putback bucket by Paul Gasol. And you see Robbie Hummel's out there for the Los Angeles Lakers. Interesting that Robbie Hummel and Shabazz Muhammad both play for the Minnesota Timberwolves during the regular season, but both of them are on these different teams here in the semifinals, and both these players have been super subs of sorts for their teams. Another matchup to look forward to.
Here's George. The shot is off. And so the first quarter wraps up without too much action on the scoreboard. Lakers lead by 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
On tap this Saturday, December. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
Pretty good first quarter. Los Angeles has been leading wire to wire pretty much. Let's see if San Antonio can get that lead back.
On the floor for San Antonio, Shabazz Muhammad is out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Freeland in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here is George. And Muhammad kicks to George. Fades back. Here's Freeland. Plays it up and banks it in. Freeland's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Spurs.
Nice shot.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Nash outside. And
Steve Nash going in, passing back to Leonard.
Nash
Gonna happen here. Robbie Hummel.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Why does Hummel look so much like Luke Walton here?
And it's good.
Nice.
Running down on the shot clock.
Good jump shot by Steve Nash
And
there.
the Lakers lead by 5.
You know, he's not somebody they lean on for points, but when he does score, that's a bonus.
George against Ariza. Now Beverly. He hasn't scored
Paul
yet,
George
but
open
I'm
shot.
sure it'll change.
Can't get to go
More
down.
often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Steve Nash knows this may be his final shot. It probably
Spurs trail
very
by
much
5.
is his final
In
shot
transition, here comes San Antonio.
to win any meaningful championships in the NBA. So
The Lakers
he's
shoot
out here
50%
playing with his heart
decent
on his sleeve. He's trying to contribute any way he can. He's done all kinds of rehab. He's done all kinds of preparation and conditioning just to make sure his body holds up for these games.
From 15 feet away, and a foul called on Myers Leonard. That's his first foul.
Not much doubt about that over the back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Howard comes in for Leonard. And it's Paul in for Steve Nash. The Spurs also changing it up. Wade comes in for George. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Lakers leading by 3. Paul dishes to Gasol. Paul outside. The feed to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. from 11 feet away. That's good.
Nice shot by
Ariza.
Ariza. Good bucket. Lakers, you know, they're impressive. They are controlling the San Antonio Spurs. They're keeping them at bay. Spurs are knocking on the door continually, but the Los Angeles Lakers are doing their part here. They're
Wade on the wing.
really doing a good job.
That drops. And that's now 10 points for Wade.
Dwayne Wade's doing his part, but he needs some help. Guys like Paul George and hopefully Tim Duncan can contribute some more.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
Chris Paul with that array of dazzling dribble moves. Paul Gasol inside, nice shot. Good.
That's now 8 points for Pau Gasol.
Gasol's been
The number
big.
of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Patrick Beverly could make the case for being the league's most disruptive defender at point guard. He said, quote, "I know some people might not like my defense, but I don't really care. I'm physical, I'm tough, and I'm setting the tone. I don't look at the numbers. I just go out there and I guard everyone exactly the same. And that's aggressively, Kevin. Exactly what they're looking for."
He gets after it. Nothing easy. Thanks, Doris. Now here's Muhammad. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Dishes it to Wade.
Wade being guarded by Hummel.
Fades and shoots. That's good. Wade
Missed
got
that
12
shot
points in the game.
over, I believe, Trevor
Kevin,
Ariza.
gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Well, for Tim Duncan and the Spurs, an incredible legacy of dominance in his 17 years in the league.
Dwight
Spurs
Howard
have never
trying
won
to
less
set
than
the pick there,
61% of their
lose the
games,
ball.
Not to mention, of course, 5 finals appearances and 4
Spurs
NBA
could take the lead here.
Now here's Lillard. And the shot is
Damian
good.
Lillard ties it up. Oh, no, he
Lillard's
doesn't. I'm
got his
sorry. He's
first 2
down
points of
1.
the night.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot.
But it's a
over
1-point game.
big defender like that.
No, that takes skill.
Spurs going to
and
stop. They can
creativity,
definitely take the
Steve,
lead in this next possession.
particularly on the release to make sure he
Dwight Howard
doesn't
trying to make
get
something
a hand
happen.
on
Turn around,
And
jump
he
shot,
gets the
good.
bucket. And that's
3-point
now 10
game.
points for Dwight Howard. And the Spurs have done an amazing job, Clark, over the years surrounding Duncan with the right kind of talent.
And Tim Duncan has done a great job leading and making adjustments in his own game. They're a team with great scouting and development of their players. You talk to players who've been there. That's one of the things they rave about, Kevin, is they get the attention.
Lillard needs to
of
put a
their
shot up. Time's running
individual
down,
development.
way beyond the arc, and
All
it
of
goes
their players
in.
were not lottery
Big
picks.
time 3 to
Most
tie
of
the
them
game
were
from
mid,
Damian
late
Lillard. Wow.
First round picks, some second round guys, and it's just another example of doing it the right way at the highest level.
And here is Paul after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Ariza kicks to Howard.
Dwight Howard missing
San
the inside
Antonio.
shot. San
Anderson's
Antonio,
got his
they're on the
3rd rebound
move.
tonight.
Pass to Dwayne Wade, but he can't get an open lane. Back out in the perimeter.
That's going to be over and back.
Oh,
Watching for the line
Bad
that time.
backcourt
A
violation
moment here
there.
to look at some numbers for
Greg
Chris Paul.
Popovich is not happy with that. You got a chance to take the lead here.
9 assists and 4
And they're having
rebounds.
backcourt
You
violations.
always want that leader in the second unit. He's their guy to play that role.
Steve, he comes on and runs the show for him when the reserves log minutes, and that's a job well done by him.
Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Paul's got 8 points.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, an interesting statement came from the mouth of CP3 last year when he mentioned that he feels that Allen Iverson was the most influential player ever. Interesting. Most probably would have said Jordan.
Here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. Feeds it to Muhammad. Wade double teamed. Pass to Lillard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Dwight Howard.
Talk about Allen Iverson's influence. You know, Chris Paul wears the number 3 jersey in honor of Iverson. Paul was about 10 years old when the answer started his NBA career, so a huge influence.
And you look at Chris Paul and Allen Iverson. What similarities do you see in their game?
Well, really just size. That's the only thing. Allen Iverson was a speed merchant. Chris has tremendous and deceptive speed, a little stronger, more of a quarterback. AI was just a flat-out killer as a scorer. I mean, the guy did some amazing stuff for a long time at his size. I mean, he was 6 feet tall and 150, 160 pounds is all, and just put buckets on guys like I hadn't seen a small guy do since Nate Archibald. And Isaiah Thomas was similar, but a little stronger.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10, guys, count them, 10 titles.
That's remarkable, and they've led the way from a business standpoint as well, Kevin. They pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
Count the bucket. 10 points for Pau Gasol.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Lillard against Paul. Lillard the pass to Wade. Back to Lillard. 4 on the clock. Good D by Ariza.
And, you know, for the Lakers, no competition from football. There's not a pro football team in the L.A. market. It's one of the top 2 markets in the country, and it is a basketball town. You look at their TV deal, which is really mind-boggling. It's worth about $3.6 billion over
Pau Gasol.
That gives you a lot
Hook
of
shots in and out.
firepower there.
Now here's Wade. After the miss from Pau Gasol, Wade dishes to Anderson. Wade kicks to Lillard. Back to Wade. Anderson, a screen on Thompson.
Spurs get the lead here. Can they get the lead?
Thompson against Wade. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws
Nope,
now for him.
not yet. Free throws, we'll see.
Guys, you look at the financial resources.
Wade has to make one.
Lakers, not the same advantage that it once was, because with the most recent CBA, it's really restricted spending.
This is the
question
first.
is, how will that impact the Lakers moving forward?
You can list off a lot of accolades for Dwayne Wade. The one thing that might get overlooked is just how good he is at throwing the alley-oop pass.
Absolutely. It shouldn't be a surprise since he's so skilled at so many other facets of the game, but he might go down as one of the better alley-oop throwers of all time. Andre Miller's in that category,
Yes,
too.
2 very, very good examples. And Thompson kicks to Paul. Now the dish to Howard. Fade away. Goes up again, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Over the last 10 games, Kevin, you can see where the Lakers rank in the league right now. 2nd in fewest turnovers per game. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And they're in the top 3rd in the league in blocks. They're a team that really doesn't give many good looks.
And Clark, you know, when you commit so few turnovers, it's key, because you become a much better offensive team. You're constantly getting looks at the basket, and your defense isn't vulnerable either, because you're able to get back in transition so much easier. With Wade, you look at a lot of the year-end highlights for any season in the past few years, and a lot of them are just him throwing down those majestic-looking alley-oops.
He doesn't get the second one.
And one final thing about Wade's alley-oop passes. He can throw them accurately from almost anywhere. I recall one he threw from almost the foul line at the other end to LeBron James in a game against the Pacers. As soon as he gets it even near his own half-court line, he's a threat to catch somebody sleeping. They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though. Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Lillard attacking. Missed inside.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Thompson right side. Howard Howard misses.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Lillard outside. He dishes it to Duncan. Outside for George. He feeds it to Wade. "17-foot shot on the way." Wade missing again. Lakers have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Thompson outside. Ariza a screen on George. And Thompson kicks to Paul. 9 feet out. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Wade gets the bucket.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
The drive by Paul. Ariza kicks to Paul. The pass to Howard. No good. Nice D from Duncan. Spurs have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice efficient 50%. And George gets it to go.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
And the Lakers call time here. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused. And while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all three of us drinking the Gatorade too.
No question.
Right.
I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually
San Antonio Spurs have the lead again. They're on top.
Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Let's go quickly over to Doris.
Lakers get the ball back here. I thought that was out on the
Thanks,
Spurs,
guys.
but
I
guess
was able
not.
to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He told his guys to make sure they keep the pace fast, to get out and run each and every chance they get. He also said he wants them going hard to the boards.
Steve Nash, look at that three. Wow.
Just the defensive backboard. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their
Steve Nash
effectiveness
looking
by
good tonight.
halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And here's Beverly following Steve Nash's three. Here's Freeland and another basket for San Antonio.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get
Same
quicker
points in
there.
the paint,
And
26
even
to
if it costs them
26.
Some foul trouble. I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
And there's the call. It's going to
I don't know what is wrong with me when I play 2K, but in my GM mode, I cannot stop teams in the paint. It's like every time they get in the paint,
You got to have some sympathy for the referees.
no matter unless they
have to
go
make calls
directly
like
up
that,
against
but
my
they get
center,
paid
I can't
well,
stop
and They're
them.
the best in the business, so they can handle
I get killed in the paint in this game. At least against the
43
computer.
seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Lillard against Thompson. It's George on the wing. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now it's a 3-point San Antonio lead. Lakers shooting 47% from the floor since the end of the first quarter. Nash kicks to Leonard. Nash with the screen on Duncan. Leonard the pass to Thompson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him
Good
two
aggressive
chances at
play to
free
get the
throw line
foul.
here.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Well, he rarely misses from the line. He's at 87% on the year. So as a team, you love to have him on the strike.
And I like the fact, guys, that those numbers have gone up since last season. I mean, he said free throw shooting was an area he was looking to improve, and he has.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Thompson nails both of them. Here is Lillard. He's got 9. Outside, George. 1 second left. No good on the
Oh,
buzzer
it's
beater.
good look for Paul George.
Close game
Not
as
a
we
good
wrap
shot.
up the second quarter. Spurs out in front, up 1. And a chance now.
Well,
to
a very
Doris
close
Burke
first
standing
half.
by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know
Dwight
got
sounds
their
like he has a
hands full,
cold.
Kevin.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
I kind of miss the old halftime shows with highlights. Great free throw shooting on both teams. Wade with 15 points. What? Did that say 41-17? Is that a real score going on?
Here we go now, the start of the third
I gotta
quarter.
find out what
Welcoming you
game
back
that
in a
is.
Closely contested first half so far.
Los Angeles having lots of trouble defending against Wade.
He has 15 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important part. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move, it forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
And set themselves up for yet another deep playoff run.
Wade is another post shot. He has been running that post
Chris
tonight.
Paul is out there with Thompson. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. That's Byron Scott's 5 as we get into the second half. Howard setting the pick for Paul. Off the screen. The shot will not go. Some solid defense from Lillard.
As you said, the Spurs.
You know, I'm impressed though with the Spurs. The Lakers. I thought the Spurs might roll on them. It just looked so good in that first game, but this game's been really close. It hasn't been anything like that first one.
In its first round matchup, only to get
Nice shot by
the NBA
Lillard.
Finals, and in some cases win it. I like the offense.
But who knows? Spurs might turn it on here.
Coverage on that play.
Paul kicks to Gasol. Goes up on the wing. Jump shot is good. Gasol's got 12 in the game. And for the Spurs in their run to yet another NBA title, they didn't seem to have any weakness in any facet of their game.
And you know, a little bit of that was overlooked, I thought, Kevin, heading into the final series against Miami, but certainly not.
All right, that score that I saw, that 40 something to 17, that's the Pacers and Lakers. And yeah, the Indiana Pacers are just destroying the Lakers right now. 43 to 17, that's crazy.
That really was the difference. They had 8, 9 guys playing at a high level when Miami only had.
Well, hopefully these Lakers in this tournament can alleviate some of the real life Laker
4
pain.
of their last 5 makes came off of
That's a
high quality
beating.
shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Big time
See the eye
jam.
contact there, gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Duncan kicks to Wade. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Ball against Lillard. Out to Thompson. Back to Paul. Pass to Gasol. And it's Ariza in the corner. Paul outside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Gasol.
Inside the Gasol,
And he
easy
jams it with
dunk.
authority. This
Easy
game's
dunk.
going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a
Come on.
blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I
Jeez,
just,
man.
you know
Oh,
what,
he's
Kevin?
disgusting.
Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Kevin Harlan's really upset with that play.
Looking for Wade, he gets it there. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle.
In
Here's
transition, Thompson,
It counts.
and one opportunity.
That's on Dwayne Wade.
They're getting on a roll, inside. Their last 3 field goals.
Lakers getting some momentum
The
going.
defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots. Well, Klay Thompson, the son of former #1 draft pick Michael Thompson, but totally different games. His father was a big man who kind of played inside. Klay, a swing man, just a knockdown shooter from deep.
That free throw good from Thompson. And Clay's father, Michael, often his toughest critic, he tells Klay, post those smaller guards up and don't play straight away. I can hear him saying
oh
it.
my, that's why I'm laughing. Sounds just like Michael, who knew how to handle himself with his back to the goal. College and pro.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He told Gasol that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Anderson passes to George. Wade, right side. They need this. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Big miss.
Lakers leading by 3. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin,
I'm really liking Paul Gasol tonight.
They really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove.
Speaking of Paul Gasol, there he is inside.
Soft touch.
Another good shot.
They got on this roll a while.
Paul Gasol's the man tonight.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
Now the story is points in the paint, Clark. I mean, they're getting point-blank shots every time down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with
Paul's
those
asking for it
basics
again.
in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
Oh, he got. Who's that? He got someone in the air and he just went in. Another layup. Paul Gasol balling. 18
Don't
points.
fix it. They keep getting in the paint and
Balling
keep
on
scoring
chins.
points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Anderson kicks to Lillard. George with the screen on Paul. Duncan inside. Ariza covering. No good from Duncan. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. In low to Howard. And it's
The hell is that?
The Spurs will take it. Now, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton
Serious
per game
miscommunication
averaged
there.
double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And he wasn't really a flashy passer like a lot of the great playmakers you think of, but just always in control. Kind of an old school game, but one that was tremendously successful over the course of his almost 2 decades with the Utah Jazz.
And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 9th assist in the game now. And Lillard kicks to Anderson. Wade against Thompson. Wade gets the bucket.
Wayne Wade
Fellas,
need
he
that
just
big
struggling
bucket
to get
there.
anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Thompson outside. Kicks to Gasol.
All deep in the paint.
And he banks
And
in
Paul
the
Gasol
layup.
is just having
Gasol's
his
got
way
10
with the
points
San
now
Antonio
just in this quarter.
Spurs.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage.
I mean,
from
this
the
is
field.
Olympic World Series
Paul against
caliber
Lillard.
Paul Gasol we're seeing here tonight.
Here's Anderson. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Great job there, recognizing the mismatch and taking advantage.
They got to put a bigger guy on him. Otherwise, he'll bury those jumpers all game.
Paul dishes to Ariza.
Are they gonna go to Paul? No, Ariza wide
That
open,
one
but he
off the
misses.
back iron and out.
I thought he'd make that one. I mean, that's his range, and the defense.
They may need to keep
nowhere
going to
be
Paul
seen.
Gasol.
That's good. And that's 19 points for Dwayne Wade.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint.
Wayne Wade
This sort
handling
of
business.
Grinded out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried
Gasol
to do.
turnaround jumper. Are you kidding me?
Shot's good from Gasol.
Are you kidding me?
A very hot shooting second half has seen them.
Paul
bring that
Gasol's a
field
man
goal
on
percentage
fire
way
right
up.
now.
Yeah, they're cruising now, really looking to add to this lead, and this has been a clinic, Clark.
George passes to Duncan. Wade kicks to Duncan. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 4 assists now tonight.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Timeout called the Lakers. Well, the way Wade played early on his career, guys, how aggressively he tanked the rim and sacrificed his body, you knew that kind of play style would not last. And so, Steve, it looks like maybe he's adjusted a bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Kevin. He's become more cerebral. He's also, you know, in terms of attacking the rim, doesn't happen as frequently, but he picks his spots.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. The 15-footer, Howard. It's hauled in by Freeland.
Can't get that one to go.
Number 5 here tonight.
Spurs certainly use a bucket here.
Lillard dishes to Wade. George with no one around. He nails it.
Good shot, George.
George has got 9.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Lillard against Paul. And Lillard kicks to George. A rebound by the Lakers. Howard's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Look at Thompson with that. What the? That was a crazy looking shot.
Here's Wade. 19
Wow.
points in the game. Pass to
Some of the
George.
shots these guys
Gasol
make,
with
man, you
the
just
steal.
shake your head.
All
Paul
alone.
Gasol wide
And he
open
gets off the
on his
fast
one-man
break with a
fast
monster
break,
slam.
and he slams it
Boy,
down.
extremely opportunistic
If
defense
Paul
leading
Gasol
to
wins
those
this game
points there.
tonight,
That dunk
he
mark
is
coming
the
within
MVP,
seconds of the
hands
steal.
down, no
Love the
doubt
way they
about it.
convert from defense to
He is
offense.
wrecking
That's what happens when you
shop
get all
out
5
here.
guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Lakers leading by 4. Paul kicks to Gasol. Thompson in the corner. The feed to Hummel. Back to Paul. Dishes it to Gasol. Lock at 6. And it's sent back by George.
Ooh, good block.
Wade kicks to George. And here's Wade. Right now averaging 21 points a game. On the wing, George. Lillard outside. Fades. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Los Angeles guys shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Spurs trail by 4. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And good on the basket. Book it. Lillard's got 16 points. Now here's Paul. He's got 8. He kicks it to Gasol. Here's Howard. That one goes. Count it.
Good shot by
Howard's got
Dwight.
6 here in this quarter.
Now they'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can get, guys.
Wade drives in. Feeds it to Lillard. Six to shoot.
Oh,
Poked loose.
got the
Paul
steal.
with the steal.
Chris Paul got the steal.
1:25 left in the third quarter of the game. Thompson outside. The 11-footer. And Wade sends it back.
Dwayne Wade with the block. Wow.
Lillard against Thompson.
It's getting tense. You know what always happens at that time, that closing
Lillard
time,
outside.
you get close to the end of the
Passes it to Wade.
game, things start to get a little more intense. Every game has done it so far. This one's probably no
There's the dish to
different.
George. There's the triple. Offensive rebound.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
And it's Paul missing. Spurs trail by 4. Lillard the pass to Wade. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. In the corner, George with it. From 8. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Paul George.
George has got 11.
11 points with Paul George. That's a good amount, but we need a little more. You know, we need some of these stars to step up.
Ball kicks to Thompson.
Dwight Howard going inside.
In the post. Freeland's there.
Got a good look, couldn't get it to
He's
go. Could
surprised
not
he
get it
didn't
to
make
go.
that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Wade outside. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. We're at the end. We've still got a close one. Lakers lead by 2. And
well, here we go,
as
folks.
soon as we return from break, the
This
fourth quarter
is
gets underway.
The coveted, big-time, highly anticipated fourth quarter, where we know all hell breaks
This
loose.
Friday, December 19th, the Portland Trailblazers
Will someone
go up
pull
against Tim
away
Duncan
in this
and the
fourth
San
quarter
Antonio
and
Spurs.
capture the lead, or will we get another close, clutch game? Let's hope for the
And
clutchness.
now with our State Farm assist to the
I always
game, a
hope for
replay
clutchness.
Showing one of 10 tremendous assists in this game from Chris Paul.
What an excellent all-around game, too, Kevin. 10 assists just shows you, what we already know about him, but seems to know where his teammates are. He understands the offense and what the game plan is. He is very tough to defend.
I like what you say there. He understands the game plan, and there's always one, and the guy to execute it, he's the guy to do it. The Lakers in the lead. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for San Antonio. Duncan is out there with Joel Freeland. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Paul George. And it's Lillard in at the 2.
Ariza, out to Nash, Thompson for 3. In and out.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And that's the only way to stop him, Clark. The defender has to be all over him with a hand in his face.
George against Thompson. To tie it up.
Taking too long there, but he still hits the shot.
George has got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
Well, those are key baskets, and we know he can deliver down the stretch.
There's a screen. Nash outside. He feeds it to Jones. Back to Nash. Thompson inside.
Thompson.
The line. Good, and the assist goes
Big
to Nash.
shot.
And the Lakers lead by 2.
What a display of offense we've seen today.
Klay
and it's
Thompson
only getting better.
But both
starting
defenses have been
to
on
make
their
his
heels
mark
all
in
day,
this
and
one.
It's begun to take its toll.
Beverly dishes to Freeland.
Good stuff. We got 10 minutes to go here.
To the right side.
It's going to start getting intense. This game is still highly
Out of
contested.
bounds is Los Angeles Kings possession.
Costly
Boy, that's
turnover by
embarrassing
Damian
because
Lillard.
He's going to have a hard time living that
Highly
one down
embarrassing,
later
I
when
agree.
they watch it on tape.
Nash with it. He dishes it to Ariza. The pass to Thompson. Jones sets the pick for Thompson. Out to the right wing. Nash kicks to Thompson. Lets it go from 14. And it's Thompson
Ooh.
again missing. And George, here we go. Pass to Beverly. Here's Freeland.
Lillard,
pass to Beverly.
what's he doing there? It looked like he lost the ball for a second. He didn't.
It's George on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. And that one's good. George has got 9 points here in the second half.
All George sinking
Lakers
it.
have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Nash kicks to Thompson. Back to Nash. And it's Ariza in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time, but yeah, I think if he's open, he's
Gasol, or sorry, it's not Gasol. Rebound to the Lakers.
Thompson off the drive.
Thompson, another awkward looking shot. This one doesn't go. He's got to stop taking those shots. I'm sorry.
Kicks it to Beverly.
Those are just some weird shots.
Well, you look at Patrick Beverly, and I think he embodies the phrase Chicago tough. He's relatively unknown growing up and hooping in the playgrounds of West Chicago. He's always played the game with an edge, though, and that served him well as an NBA player.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Yeah, that one
All
miss
right,
could hurt them.
Steve Nash.
Big difference between being up one and
He
being
wants
up
to make
two.
some things happen. He wants to be a difference maker. Let's see what he does.
Sets the pick for Thompson, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
You cannot afford
Illegal
to make mistakes
screen.
like that here in a tight game.
Time called here. The Spurs.
Possibly
decide
cost
to
a illegal
talk it
screen.
over.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over
Greg
and over again.
Popovich, being Greg Popovich, said he was not happy
Just like he's doing here.
with everything
Find
his
out
team
what
did in
Doris
that first
Burke
game,
has
even though
for
they
us.
destroyed their
Thanks,
punts.
guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his
Oh,
team
here
during
we
that
go.
last break. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Well, that goes along with what I was
Jones
saying
against
just
Duncan.
before she interrupted me. Was
The three
yes, Greg
from
Popovich said he still
rebounded by
sees
Leonard.
holes in his team,
Leonard's got
and he
three
said that the
rebounds
Lakers
so far
are
in the
too
game.
good in this tournament for his team to have those holes.
Thompson passes to
And
Jones.
he has worked hard to
The feed
store
out
that
to
up over
Ariza.
these last few days.
Nash with no one around.
Oh,
Knocks down the
Steve
three ball.
Nash
And the Lakers lead
with
by
the
2.
dirty
I
three
think, Clark
ball.
and Steve, we can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Well, 8 lead changes would have you thinking that would be the case.
Yeah, both teams really competing, neither side giving any ground. This should be a fun finish. I agree with you, Kev.
And it's Duncan penetrating. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Duncan's
They
got
tied
all
it
tied
up.
now for the Spurs.
It's funny because every time it
Lakers
seems
have
like the
gone
Lakers
just
go on a
33%
run,
from
the
the
Spurs
field
are
in the
always
fourth
able
quarter.
to just hang in there, and then they tie the game up, they take the lead.
Well, Tim Duncan, when asked about his
Now their
retirement
team can
plans
pull
right
away.
after the 2013 finals, refused to dignify the question with the response. But last season's Spurs run answered loudly enough.
The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Jones against Anderson. Jones kicks it over to Nash. And Leonard has it in the corner.
Duncan getting in that deep
Nash
defensive
left side.
stance. Look at him. Duncan's not trying. Oh,
Nice
but he's got
passing here by
position.
Los Angeles. And the basket
Duncan
by
did
Jones.
mess up there. He lost position for a little
And
bit,
Duncan,
which
the
allowed
Spurs, year after year,
him
people
to make
write
the
him off,
pass, and then
Steve, they keep
what's
moving
his
him
face is
along.
wide open
It's
in the
incredible.
bucket.
I mean, I think I wrote them off 4 years ago, and here they are continuing to just be an elite team in the NBA. And Duncan, one of the big reasons for it. He seems to get better and better.
Duncan going
He loves
inside,
the game. He
fakes
continues to
right,
stay in
turns
great shape and
around.
compete. Who knows how long he'll go.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Howard's checked in for Myers Leonard. Wade, he's checked in for San Antonio. And here is Los Angeles now.
The Lakers can get another bucket here to get some
Along to
separation
7
going a
points here
little
in the fourth
bit.
quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Oh, another illegal
Call there
screen.
on
These
that
illegal
illegal
screens.
screen.
He didn't
Teams
look
all
set to me,
tournament
Steve.
have
I
been
thought that
messing
was a
up
good
with
call.
these illegal screens.
San Antonio trailing here. Duncan with the screen on Thompson. Duncan with the screen for Wade. Duncan high post. It's George on the wing. 5 to shoot. The 11-footer. The shot no good. And it's the Lakers the other way. Thompson right
Match
side.
up to Ariza to Thompson.
That one a little long.
Thompson can't
Been
get it to
anything
go.
but his usual self this quarter.
Wayne Wade got to try to make something happen.
And yes, sir,
Fade
that one
away
drops.
jumper in transition. He
21
gets it.
points for Wade.
Tied up
Boy,
again.
bad timing. Now is not the time to be giving him that shot.
Lakers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Nash gets to Ariza. Pass to Howard. Duncan with some nice D.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Dishes to Wade. 7-foot shot. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 15.
Man, you know what? This game's really been about some tough defense on both sides.
Nash with it. He kicks it to Ariza. Feeds to Howard. The rebound by Anderson.
Howard can't get it to go.
From
Which team's going to step up? What team will take over? I mean, this is crazy. They've just been like playing this game arm in arm. Which team's going to step up?
To take the lead.
Wade can't hit the shot.
LA's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Nash kicks to Howard.
Right, Howard, but he's outside more. It's not his range.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Pau Gasol's checked in for Los Angeles. The outside leaner. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 4 points.
All right, Thompson getting something started.
Inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Now here's Beverly. Duncan kicks to Wade. And another shot. And Duncan finishes inside.
Duncan ties it up. And look at that. It's the magic moment, the magic time, under 5-minute mark. This is where all the craziness happens. Let's see what's going to happen, man. This is tied. We know something crazy has to happen. Someone has to step up because this game is so close.
And the Lakers lead by 2.
Who's it going to be? Which team will it be? Who's going to take this game over here in the waning moments?
Wade against Thompson.
Wade trying to go to the post again, no good. Beverly amongst the trees, getting the putback. And Beverly has been tough this game. He's played hard.
They need stops. They can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Oh, he's got a little bit of light, and Ariza gets the bucket. Nice shot.
For San Antonio, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th.
Duncan trying to post up, waiting for it to clear out a little bit. He might get the 5-second back to basket roll.
Duncan down low, working on Howard. No good from Duncan.
Really good work.
That was a pretty terrible possession.
Has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there, great effort.
Thompson dishes to Nash.
Gasol spinning.
And there's
beautiful shot. And you know Gasol was that whole 3rd quarter.
For sure. The energy
and right now he is taking over here, it looks like, in this 4th quarter. I mean, I would go to Gasol every time. The way he's played today, I would go to him every possession.
He feeds it to Duncan.
Duncan trying to get some payback. What's going to happen here?
Outside, George.
Nope.
4 on the
Sides against it. George trying to get fancy, trying to get space. Got a little bit of daylight. Just enough for him.
George has got 6 here in this quarter.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Now Nash. Right wing.
Gasol backing in, turning around, looking for space. Blocked by the rim. And Dwight Howard, a little bit snake bit tonight. He's had a few ones from out.
That's about 43%.
Beverly, thought he was going to go and attack there. No.
And here's Beverly.
Someone's got to step up here for the Spurs. Wade, turn around. No, but Duncan with the rebound. Gasol with great defense, but not great enough. Duncan gets the bucket and one opportunity. Spurs get the lead. And Steve Nash, Pau Gasol, former teammates chatting together.
Los Angeles making a switch here.
Nash trying to teach Gasol a few things.
San Antonio also making a switch. Lillard's checked in.
Maybe consoling him a bit.
The free throw is good. Now leading by 1.
Spurs now that lead.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
Will they go to Gasol again?
In low to Howard.
Oh, look at that pass. You see that pass by Chris Paul.
Guys here in the fourth quarter. Still
Through
a close
traffic,
game.
on the money.
I mean, this one is tight. This could be an instant classic, fellas. I mean, this thing has all the looks of a game that's going to go right down to the last shot.
You hear Steve Kerr saying this could be an instant classic. You hear those fans. Don't tell me you don't hear those fans. It's time. It's time to get hyped. It's time to get on your feet. Here we go.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the final quarter.
Damian Lillard staring Chris Paul
Here's
down.
Lillard. Wade outside.
Wayne Wade go inside. Looks like he has a lane.
Foul called that time.
Paul
On the way up,
Gasol
that'll
is
give the two
there.
chances
Stop
at
the
free
easy
throw line
bucket.
here.
Good job to stop that easy bucket,
And some
Paul
stats
Gasol.
here, guys. The scoring
Make Dwayne Wade
breakdown
earn
for
these
the
free
Lakers.
throws.
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. He's
Wade
off of
misses the
free throw,
second.
able to
It's a
get that
tie
second one to
game.
drop in.
Oh,
Missing the
tried it a little
right
fast
stick
break
and
there. I don't know if
off
they're going
for
to
a
get it.
while. Always hurts
Klay
to
Thompson
On the
with the
bounce pass
jumper
was
and the
key to
foul.
play.
Look at Clayton.
Checking out the game Klay Thompson is having. He's got 17 points, and he was able to come up with one steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
Klay Thompson's not
Just
missing
what
his
the
free
doctor
throw.
described. The hoop and the harm.
3-point
He's
game.
good on the free throw.
And Lillard kicks to Wade.
Wayne Wade inside layup.
A rebound
No
by the
good
Lakers.
off the rim. Paul
Gasol's
Gasol.
got
Who
rebound
else
number 12 here
has the
already in
rebound?
game.
Lakers should score here
Howard
and
with the
really
screen
make
on
this a
Lillard.
tough game.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Oh, alley-oop. I don't think it's time for that. It's not showtime time, Chris Paul. That was a bad decision. That was a bad decision on Chris
George.
Paul's part.
To the paint. Here's Anderson. The
Anderson
Lakers with the rebound.
in and out.
And,
Lakers
1:01
dodge a
left in
bullet.
the fourth quarter.
Less than a minute to go.
Paul with
Chris
the
Paul
ball.
will take care of the ball this time. Thompson almost throws it away.
And Thompson kicks to Gasol.
Paul Gasol has a
Shoots the
turnaround
fader.
jumper.
The putback. Yes.
Dwight
Now that's
Howard.
no run-of-the-mill putback there.
cleaning it up. That's all he's really been doing tonight.
On top of the other.
But man, it was
1-2
needed.
punch. You gotta love it.
And look at the San Antonio Spurs. They were pegged
Sinks it.
by
What a
many
beautiful shot to bring
to
them
be the
within
favorites to
3.
win the championship after
What
their
a
first
difference in
game.
this crowd right now,
They're
Clark.
30 seconds away from being out of this thing completely.
It is quiet time, Clark. You got that.
They need
right.
to stop
That was a
here
huge shot.
in the worst way. Let's see what
Paul
happens.
passes to Thompson. He dishes it to Gasol.
Paul Gasol has been killing them all night. Will he do it again?
The
He
rebound
misses.
by Anderson. San Antonio
Paul
calls
Gasol
timeout.
misses.
They're down by 3.
Uh-oh.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, look, it's Quest Nightshade. My friend in the real world. Quest, what's up?
San Antonio's gone 3.
Yes, this is crazy.
Count it. And that shot brings
Oh, I
them
missed
within
it. What
just
happened? Was
one.
that Damian
Boy,
Lillard?
and just look at what Damian Lillard is doing.
There's
Damian
18
Lillard with the
seconds
clutch
left to
bucket.
play here in the fourth.
Time's running out,
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
and they're
Well, you know
fouling.
what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
Here we go. Chris Paul could seal this game right here, folks. 13.5 left to go.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by
He hits
2.
the first. 2-point game.
Second one is good. Being both at the line. It's a
3-point
3-point
game.
Huge free throws there.
San Antonio
That could be the
Spurs
difference. It will force
have to get a
more than
3
likely
here or a
desperation
quick 2.
three-point attempt. Boy,
He takes a contested 3. That was a bad shot. They can't foul in time.
dominating out there.
Oh,
It's something to watch. My goodness.
this is probably over, man. This is probably over. You know Chris Paul's not missing 2 free throws.
He gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
You know he's not missing 2. 3.9.
So he gets them both.
This is probably going to be game. Unless a miracle happens
feels
here.
like those are the free throws
That's it.
probably put this game
Lillard,
out of reach.
half-court shot.
No good. And so
There
the
you
Lakers
go.
take the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances.
The
on
Los
both ends of
Angeles
the floor.
Lakers.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Put together by general
Time now to go
manager
courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline.
Zio Man.
Dwight, coming off the loss in last game,
Wow.
what's the difference tonight in how this team played?
We got a good win tonight coming from a tough game last night. Started out strong. We just stuck with it. We stayed together. And we got a good win.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys,
Dwight sounded a
back
lot
to you.
better that time.
All right, Doris, thank you.
But yeah, the team, the underdog team, the team that people thought would get rolled on here in this semifinal, wound up pulling it out. It was close throughout. No one on the Spurs could really get established. Paul Gasol, your player of the game, well-deserved player of the game. You saw that third quarter. That was all Paul Gasol. My friend Quest Nightshade said that this is going to make him buy WWE. I have to get details on what he means by that in a minute. Well, look at the highlights. Paul Gasol was all over the place. I mean, he had fadeaways. I mean, look at that. Dribble moves. The inside shot was where he made his bread and butter, but man, Paul Gasol was Mr. Reliable tonight. He pretty much destroyed Tim Duncan. We'll look at the stats here in a minute, but whew. Oh, that's just pretty. Look at that. That's like a tribute highlight right there. The Spaniard still getting it done. Paul Gasol and the Lakers, they're in the finals, guys. That's it. Let's see. Paul Gasol had 28 points, 12 rebounds. Dwight Howard had 22 and 19. Are you kidding me? 19 rebounds. Klay Thompson did his thing. Chris Paul. Steve Nash. Big in 17 minutes. Steve Nash had 12 points. Man, 2 rebounds. Only 1 assist, but his scoring was crucial. Big time play. Big time play. Spurs, Dwayne Wade tried to do his thing. Damian Lillard, he was a little quiet in the game, but the numbers are there. Duncan, can't fault Duncan. He tried to play his hardest. Paul George did his thing, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. Shabazz let them down off the bench. Field goal percentage, pretty even stats here. It's just Los Angeles Lakers pulled it out when they could. All right, well, that's the semifinal game. Next time will be the finals. Kirby has his team ready. We see the Lakers already here tonight. That'll be big. That'll be big. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys next time.